Hello, chaps. It's been a long week. Been a long week. Just got back from our annual family camping trip, and it's been raining nonstop the entire time. Hence the reason my gigantic tent is behind me, covering almost the entire garage, trying to get it dried out. However, there is a silver lining to every cloud, and the silver lining to this cloud is a video of first. This is going to be a video of first. Number one, for the first time on the channel, we will be reviewing a knife from Civivi. We are going to unbox it together, which I'm super excited about. And we are going to do a cut test, and we are going to do a ferro rod test, as we do with all the knives that I initially review on this channel. This is the Civivi Mini Praxis. So we are going to pop that buddy open together. And also, for the first time on the channel, for episode 1 of Blades and Brews, we're going to crack open the top. We're going to pop a top, my friends, on a beer that I've never had before. And I'm combining two of my favorite things in the world: knives and beer. Now, don't give me too hard of a time on the beer that we're going to be trying, because probably going to seem a little bit foo-foo, but that's okay, because I like all kinds of different beer. But I thought it would be fun to do something a little way outside of the box, see what it tastes like. And that, my friends, is going to be Dewey Beer Secret Machine, which is some sort of really strange raspberry almond cookie, 7% alcohol by volume, fruit smoothie beer. Now, this is not typically the type of beer that I would ever drink, but my wife bought it. It was in the refrigerator, and I thought, you know what? What better way to kick off a new series than with something really off the wall? So, brewed by Dewey. Are you sure you haven't already had some? Dewey Beer Company out of Milton, Delaware. All right, so let's go ahead and pop the top on this puppy. Let's get a fancy wine glass. Beer out of a wine glass, you say? Well, I thought for this type of beer it was apropos. I don't know why, because I'm being a high class redneck today. Water Billy. All right, there we go. Got a nice little head on it. Smells interesting. It's actually not terrible. It tastes like a fruity cookie kind of beer, but it still tastes like beer. I like it. All right, let's get down to the brass tacks on popping open this Civivi. Now, if you're new to the channel, I appreciate you being here. Hopefully you'll decide to subscribe by the time you leave. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. You already know what you're getting out of these videos, but they're a little bit long form. But we crack open these knives, initial reviews from start to finish, and I give you my initial impressions on these knives, what I think about them, whether or not they'd be a good EDC choice for you. And a lot of the equipment and knives that I review on this channel have something in common, which is they are affordable. They are common man. And this Civivi Mini Praxis at $30 USD, maybe $35 USD, fits the budget bill very nicely. So as we see, just a nice plain white box. I do like their little warranty disclaimer. It's, don't crush me too hard here. If you want to pause it and read it if you can. They've got a funny little note that they gave us on there. I know, like, are you going to be able to pause it and read it? Probably not. That's okay if you can't. Just buy your own Civivi knife and you'll get to see what the little message on it is. So, as soon as we open her up, what do we see? We've got a nice little nylon zippered pouch here. And it reminds me of throwing darts case. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're going to take out the little contents here and look at this little, look at that. Look at what your nice little brand new knife comes nuzzled in. Like, in the pocket of a baby kangaroo, like a little marsupial there. All right. I know you guys want me to get right to the knife. I know you do because you tell me you do, but we're getting there. Check out the swag that you get. You get your little sticker. That's cool. I dig that. That is definitely cool. And that looks like what? The banter? Or something similar to me, that sticker. Another Civivi sticker. And product use and warranty information. And wow. You can use this as a loincloth or you can use this to clean your knife. All right. So that's the swag that you get. And we are going to talk about the specs of this knife that we are pulling directly from Civivi's website. And we will talk about that here in a second. Now let's get down to brass tacks here on this knife. Oh, hey now. All right. There we go. We have got green G10 scales on the knife, which I really, really like. You can see the little thumb flipper, finger flipper for opening. So let's go ahead and, oh yeah. She comes right out of there pretty nicely. Let's try that again. Yeah. You know, this isn't any kind of assisted opening knife, and I kind of always like to see with the finger flick if the knife is oriented straight up, how easily does it flick out of there without gravity helping it? And can you just flick it right out of there? And that flicks right out. I really, really like that. Now, a couple of reasons that I chose to get this particular Civivi knife for the first one ever to review here on the channel was a couple of reasons. So they market this knife as 50 state legal, okay, because the blade is just shy of 3 inches overall. Therefore, you can technically should be able to legally carry this in every single state. And because it's so budget friendly, and because I just really liked the way that the lines of this knife look. I love it. I love the lines of this knife. I like the blade profile. And it's D2 tool steel, which I really, really like D2 tool steel for my knives. I feel like you just really can't go wrong with that steel. And I don't have any problem with sharpening D2 tool steel. You know, as I've said in the past in this video, I've got big hands. I wear large size gloves. But, you know, for being something that they have mini in the name, it fits in my hand very well. I can get all 4 fingers. I can grip this knife just for normal use, like I would grip it like I was going to use this knife. And I have a purchase for all 4 fingers. And you can see that I've actually got a pretty nice, significant sized choil there, finger choil, that I can actually go ahead and I could choke up on that for finer tasks if I was going to be carving or anything like that, or fingers or feather sticking. And now all 4 fingers are definitely on the knife, and I've even got a little bit of the end of the scales sticking out past my palm. You know, that's, I tell you, lots of times when I have a complaint with a pocket knife, it's if the handle is too small and I don't feel like I can get a good grip on it. I don't like that. It just doesn't feel as useful or as safe to me. But this mini Praxis, look at that. That fits in my hand very nicely, especially if I choke up into that finger choil, but I don't necessarily have to. We've got a little bit of jimping there on the last portion of the spine of the blade. Jimping done right, broad, shallow jimping. I like that. I love that kind of jimping. If you're going to do it right, go ahead and put jimping on there. And something that I always like to check on a knife, whether it's, you know, considered a budget knife or not considered a budget knife, is the retention. Wow, and the strength of the pocket clip. Holy moly. That pocket clip is not messing around. That thing has some nice strength and retention to it. You are not going to easily bend that pocket clip. If you get it caught on your seatbelt or something like that, getting in and out of your vehicle or whatever the case may be, you are not going to bend that pocket clip out and away or deform it from the knife. That is a really nice, robust pocket clip. And for whatever reason, I just cannot seem to keep a hold of this knife. I'm old fumble fingers today. That's all right. We're going to leave it in the video because that's just the way that I am. Now, something that I like how, if I can get it to show up here because it's very subtle, I like how they have the inlay of the pivot point there with the C for Civivi. I really like that. It just kind of gives it it just almost like, you know, for a $30, $35 knife, kind of gives it almost like a custom kind of feel. And this thing, I mean, you can really, you know, this thing's kind of fidgety, it's flicky. You don't feel like that you're going to cut yourself or you're going to cut your thumb. Full flat grind, drop point. Love that. Love my flat grinds and I love my drop points. I feel like they're kind of just, they go so well together, that blade profile with the flat grind, the blade steel, the D2. You know, to me, this is kind of like, you know, look, this knife's made in China, okay? This isn't a United States made Civivi, but, and that's part of the reason of why they can bring you this knife so affordably. However, you know, you get, it's a liner lock knife. You've got steel inserts, steel back spacer. But look, guys, for $30, you're getting yourself a really nice name brand D2 lifetime warranty pocket knife that you can be proud to carry. And, you know, if for some reason you do lose it or you do break it, you've got that, you know, I don't think the lifetime warranty covers loss or theft. However, my point is for $30, $35, if you do lose this knife, you're not out a whole lot of jingle out of your pocket, and you can easily replace it. Now, of course, you can never replace sentimental value if somebody got it for you as a gift or something like that. But Lord knows I've lost my share of sentimental knives over the years. All right, so before we do our cut test and before we do our ferro rod test with this knife, let's run through the specs of this bad boy. This is directly from Civivi. Model name Mini Praxis. Overall length 6.79 inches. Width 1.27 inches. Overall height, clip included, 0.62 inches. So, you know, height of the knife with the pocket clip, just a little over a half of an inch there. Blade thickness is 1/10 of an inch. Not too thick, not too thin. Insert your "that's what she said" joke here. And you can see that we've got a couple different, we've got a secondary bevel up there at the top. And it looks like we've got a 90-degree spine, but we'll find out when we do our ferro rod test. Doesn't look like it's a very sharp 90-degree spine, if it is. Overall weight, 2.77 ounces. So, you know, it's got a little weight to it, like, you know, compared to my Nightshade. But, you know, it's also not Nitro V steel. So keep that in mind. Blade material, as we said, D2, 59 to 61 Rockwell hardness. Blade is a satin finish. As we said, G10 G10 scales. Liner material, stainless steel. Liner color is gray. Well, actually, no, not on this one. It's black. And it is tip up, right hand carry. You cannot reverse the pocket clip on this knife. So if you're a lefty or you don't like the tip up carry, you're just going to have to deal with it on this knife, or that's going to be a deal breaker for you. Locking mechanism, liner locked, caged ceramic ball bearing, which is for a $30 knife. Of course, I didn't get a good flick on it. It's surprisingly smooth for, there we go, for a $30 knife. It flicks right out of there. And lockup is nice. This knife has zero wiggle back and forth, front to back. I always check that on folding knives. So you're getting good, strong lockup for 30 bucks. I tell you guys, I really like this. I really, really, really like this. This could be a contender for my EDC of the Vosteed Nightshade for a size comparison there with the Vosteed Nightshade. Really not a whole lot of difference. And then the Ontario Rat 1, well, you can see size difference comparison on my Ontario Rat 1 there, which has been one of my most favorite, most carried EDC knives that I've ever owned. So significantly smaller than the Ontario Rat 1, but the Ontario Rat 1's a big EDC knife. Here's the Vosteed Nightshade for comparison to the Rat 1. So it even dwarfs the Vosteed. So, all right, we're going to get to our cut test. Talked about how it's very comfortable in the hand for a small knife that's 50 state legal. Nice finger choil there. Nice D2 steel. Nice lines on the blade. Drop point. Nice lines in the handle. Nice finger grooves or finger choils there, but not obnoxious. Good, calm, shallow, broad jimping. Good, nice, strong pocket clip. Tell you what, before we do the cut test, let's see if we can strike a ferro rod with this puppy. Oh yeah. So, you know, it's not showering sparks, okay? It's not showering sparks like some of the other knives that I've tested, but it's not a super sharp 90-degree spine. But if you've got good proper tinder or a good base down there or a good fire starter, you are at least getting some sparks off of this knife. All right, cut test. Now remember, this is right out of the box. That is really sharp. That's great, guys. I did tear it just a little bit there, but that was not the knife, that was me. Look at that. So, there you go. There's your cut test. There's your initial review of the Civivi Mini Praxis EDC knife, 50 state legal, green G10 scales, liner lock, D2 tool steel, drop point, flat grind, the People's Champion. I'm going to deem this knife the People's Champion because of the quality and the price that you can get a good, decent Civivi pocket knife as part of your EDC and not break your bank. Good job, Civivi. Of course, we all know that you make great knives, and I'm looking forward to getting something a little bit more higher end on the channel at some point from Civivi to do a review on. But I'm really glad that I chose to do this initial review on the Civivi Mini Praxis for my first Civivi knife on the channel, because it is just such an obtainable knife for all budgets. This is a knife that, in my opinion, you not only have a knife that looks like it costs more than what it actually does, and then when you look at the materials that it's made out of and you feel the quality and the craftsmanship of the knife for $30, $35, not to mention the carrying case, the swag, the stickers that you get as well. Just the whole entire package, the lifetime warranty. Uh, that's tough to beat, you guys. That is tough to beat. So you can get this in different color options. You can just go there onto Amazon and check it out for yourself. But I highly recommend considering this knife as perhaps a backup or a gift or part of your EDC, maybe as a second knife as part of your EDC if you want to keep maybe your higher end knife for flexing on the pores, showing to people, or as a defensive get off me blade, but you want to have something that's also of equal quality and serviceable in your other pocket for opening boxes or things like that. But hey, this thing is slicey, good quality, all the above. Checks all the boxes of what I like to see for a good quality, affordable knife right out of the box. You can use it. You don't have to sharpen it right out of the box. Everything is perfect right out of the box. You don't need to do a thing to this knife to put it in your pocket, get it out to the field, and start using it immediately. And I think that you will be very happy with this knife. And as far as the Dewey Brewing Company secret machine, well, beer drinkers, I think you might be surprised with this, even given the flavor. It might be something that you might want to try out if you can find it. All right, that's all I got on this one, guys. I appreciate you being here. Don't forget, you can get 10% off Odin Wolf knives by using my affiliate link that I will put down below, or you can use the code MARSH10 at checkout. That will also automatically give you 10% off of your purchases, and it will help out the channel just a little bit if you use my affiliate links to purchase your Odin Wolf knives. So I really appreciate you being here, and I will see you on the happy hunting grounds. Thank you.